All right, let's talk about the one thing that is on every single marketer's mind right now: artificial intelligence. Look, this isn't some far-off future thing anymore. It's here, it's happening, and the message couldn't be clearer. You either adapt or you risk disappearing. So let's just get right to it, because this is the big question, isn't it? It's the one keeping people up at night. You see all these crazy new tools, you read the headlines, and you can't help but ask, is a machine about to take my job? And the honest answer is, it's not a simple yes or no. And this is the absolute heart of the matter. The real threat isn't the AI. Not at all. The threat is standing still. It's getting comfortable. If you're not curious, if you're not willing to learn and change how you work, then yeah, AI is a huge risk. The rules of the game have been completely rewritten.
So let's try to reframe this whole conversation, right? Instead of looking at AI like it's this big, scary monster coming over the hill, let's see it for what it is: a force multiplier. It's this incredible new resource, and whether it ends up being a threat or an opportunity, well, that's completely up to the person using it.
I love this analogy because it just clicks. Think of AI as a brand new, supercharged engine. It gives you unbelievable power. It gives you speed. It gives you efficiency you couldn't have dreamed of before. But you're still the one in the driver's seat. You pick the destination. You navigate the road. You're the strategist. AI is your co-pilot. It's not the pilot.
And this is where the line in the sand is drawn. It's pretty clear. If your day-to-day job is filled with routine, repetitive stuff, think basic copywriting, simple data entry, then you really need to pay attention, because you are at risk. But if you're a strategist, if you're a creative thinker, if you're one of those people who's always learning, always tinkering with new tools, then AI is about to become the single biggest opportunity of your entire career.
Okay, so let's get practical. How do we actually start using this stuff at a higher level? See, most people think using AI is just typing a simple question into a chat window. But to really truly get the most out of it, you have to shift your thinking from just asking for something to commanding a very specific result.
And this is where a more advanced technique like JSON prompting comes into play. Now, don't get scared by the name. It sounds way more technical than it is. All it really means is that you're giving the AI a super structured, organized blueprint for exactly what you want it to create. It's the difference between asking for a social media post and giving it a detailed recipe with every single ingredient listed.
And check out how easy it is to get started. Seriously. First, just write your prompt like you always do. Something like, hey, write me a LinkedIn caption about the future of marketing. Simple enough. Then, right after, you ask the AI, can you turn that prompt you just got into a JSON format? It'll spit back this structured block of code with fields for things like tone, audience, call to action. Now, you take that new, shiny JSON block and you use that as your prompt. I'm telling you, the results will be night and day. So much better.
So why even bother with this? What's the point? Well, it's all about control and consistency. You get outputs that are way more structured and reliable. You stop wasting time going back and forth trying to fix bad results. And honestly, it unlocks a level of creativity from these tools that you just can't get with simple text prompts. Best part? This technique works pretty much everywhere, from ChatGPT all the way to AI image generators. It's a universal skill.
Okay, so mastering prompting is a huge piece of the puzzle, but it's not the whole thing. Now let's talk about some of the core concepts and the specific tools that really make up a modern marketer's toolkit in this AI age.
Right, so we're probably all familiar with this one, the buyer persona. It's that fictional profile of your ideal individual customer. What are their goals? What are their pain points? Where do they live? It's a classic marketing tool, especially for anyone selling directly to consumers.
But in the B2B world, especially for SaaS companies, there's a concept that's way more powerful. And that's the ideal customer profile, or ICP. The focus here shifts from a single person to the ideal company you want to land as a client. We're talking about things like what industry they're in, how big they are, what their budget is, even what technology they're already using. So here's the bottom line. A persona is about who you're selling to. An ICP is about where that person works. And understanding that difference is absolutely fundamental because AI tools are ridiculously good at helping you find and target companies that fit a really well-defined ICP. And this leads us to a super practical, really clever strategy for anyone starting a brand. Instead of dropping thousands of dollars on inventory you think will sell, you flip the script. First, use AI to build out your target ICP. Then, just get some good product photos, you don't even need the actual product yet, and run some ads to see if people will actually buy it. If the sales start coming in, then and only then do you go and invest in the inventory.
You've proven your market before risking a single dime. It's brilliant. Now, to pull off strategies like that, you need the right tools in your belt. For really deep research, something like Perplexity is amazing. It combines models and gives you its sources. For content strategy and nailing a specific brand voice, Claude is hands down one of the best out there. Airtable is like your central command center for building and managing complex automated workflows. Need great copy, like right now? A specialized tool like Copy.ai is your friend. And then you have tools like N8N or Make, which are basically the glue that lets you connect all these different apps together into one automated machine. Okay, so having all the best tools and knowing all the coolest tricks is great. But it's only half the story. Because for all the incredible things these AIs can do, it's maybe even more important to understand what they can't do. There are some things that are just uniquely, fundamentally human.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Think about it. An AI can scan every article ever written about weight loss. It can spit out the perfect diet plan, the perfect workout routine, but it can never replicate the lived experience. It will never understand the struggle, the little victories, the emotional journey of the person who actually went through that transformation.
And this whole idea of lived experience isn't just some fuzzy concept. It's so critical that it's literally baked into how platforms like Google decide what content is good. They call it EEAT. That stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. An AI can fake expertise, but it can never, ever have genuine firsthand experience. In a world that's about to be flooded with AI-generated content, your real human experience becomes your single most valuable asset.
So what does this all mean for actual jobs? Well, you can see the pattern. Any role that depends on strategy, creativity, and real human insight, like a growth marketer or a brand strategist, isn't going away. In fact, AI makes those roles even more powerful. It makes them faster, smarter. But the roles that are built on repetitive, predictable tasks, those are the ones that are truly in danger of being automated away.
All right, let's wrap this up by looking just a little bit into the future. Because there is a massive, massive change coming down the pipeline, and experts are saying it's going to hit hard by 2026. This is a genuine paradigm shift, and honestly, most marketers I talk to are nowhere near ready for it.
For as long as I can remember, the name of the game has been SEO, search engine optimization. The whole goal was to get your website to rank on the first page of Google, but that's changing. We are rapidly moving from SEO to AEO, answer engine optimization. The goal isn't just to get someone to click on your website anymore. The goal is to have your brand's information be the source that the AI uses to give a direct answer.
And this is the real challenge. Just think about that for a second. What does your job look like in a world where your main source of traffic and leads doesn't come from Google anymore? You have to figure out how to make your brand, your products, and your unique expertise visible and essential to the AI models themselves. That's a whole new ballgame.
And that brings us right back to where we started. In this new world, your biggest competitor isn't another company down the street, and it's definitely not the AI. It's you. It's the version of you from yesterday. The only way you're going to win is by constantly learning, constantly getting better. Did you try a new tool today? Did you learn a new prompting technique? That's the real competition. Look, the horsepower is here. This technology is sitting on the starting line, ready to go. It can amplify your skills, it can get rid of your most boring tasks, and it can help you come up with ideas you've never had before. So the only real question left is, are you ready to get in the driver's seat and take the controls?